Welcome to this episode of NaturaLawn of America Franchise Spotlight. And we're going to go to Leesburg, Virginia, and talk to our franchise owner there, Darrin Hewartson. Darrin, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. How you doing, Blaine?
Good. Now, you've been a franchisee for some time.
Yeah, it's been a long time now. It's been probably about 33 years now.
Wow, 33 years. Now, before you were with NaturaLawn of America, were you in the green industry?
For about 3 years.
Okay.
I was working for a chemical spray company in Frederick, Maryland.
So you did the technician end of it?
Yeah, I was on the technician end, and then my last year I became like a manager. But I still had to go out in the field probably 25% of the time and still do some work. So it was kind of a combo type of deal when I was doing it.
So how'd you hear about NaturaLawn of America and the franchise offering?
So what happened is I didn't like all the chemicals that was going on with the company that I was dealing with. So at that same time, NaturaLawn of America was kind of hot in the industry because they were new. Everybody knew that they were trying to go with the organic base, less chemicals. So I saw them at a conference in Baltimore, is where I first saw them. I saw Phil talking. So that's how I was introduced to them. And then I actually talked to a couple techs in the field in Frederick and was talking about what the products they use and things like that. And I'm like, okay, I want to do this. So that's how I first saw NaturaLawn of America.
Wow, you say 30-some years ago. I mean, and you're referencing Phil Catron, the founder and owner and president. You say 30-some years ago. I mean, you don't look that old, Darrin. How old were you when you made that decision to become a franchise owner?
Well, I'll tell you what, I was probably, when I did the franchise, I was 25 or 26, something like that. So actually what happened, I was thinking about, I'm just going to start my own business in Frederick. I really like the lawn care industry, and I think I can do better than what was going on at the company I was at, trying to use more natural products. So what happened, I was eating lunch in Frederick, and I happened to see Phil. I knew him a little bit. We had met a couple times. I saw him at this restaurant. He actually came up to me and said hi. And he's like, so what are you doing these days? And I told him, well, I'm still at the same company, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, hey, why don't you come on up? He goes, our corporate office is up here, right here in Frederick. Why don't you come up and talk to me? And I'm like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, come on and talk to me. So I didn't wait, Blaine. I went up there right away. It was right around the corner. I was excited. What happened is I went in there and I asked to speak to Mr. Catron. Well, the person that came up to me goes, well, I'm Mr. Catron. I'm like, well, you're not Phil. It ended up being Phil's brother, Mike.
Okay.
So Mike goes, what are you here for? And I said, well, I want to talk to Phil about, I said, really possibly either maybe a job, or I hadn't even thought about a franchise at that point. And Mike goes, why don't you want to be a franchise? I said, well, I was thinking about just doing my own, but I'm just not sure what I want to do. And so he brought me in and spoke to me, got me very excited. That's really what happened. So that's how I got connected with NaturaLawn, and they gave me an area and said, hey, this area is hot in Northern Virginia. There's a lot of homes being built there. Not a big population right now in this Loudoun County area, but it's going to happen in 2 to 3 years. So that's how I got into NaturaLawn. Well, when we actually signed up, it was a little too late to market. So I ended up going to work for the Damascus branch of NaturaLawn of America for about 8-9 months, and really learned a lot.
Launched your franchise.
Yep. And then we started the franchise the following year.
Wow. So 30 years later, I mean, you have a thriving franchise in Leesburg, Virginia, and it's very family oriented. How many family members now do you have working as part of your NaturaLawn of America franchise?
I think there's 6 now.
6 family members.
Wow. Yeah, it ranges from 2 of my kids work there. I have a son-in-law, a couple cousins. It's like, so yeah, I think it was like 6 now. Out of I think we have like 14 people. There's 6 of them are family members.
If you could turn back the clock and give Darrin 30 years ago advice today? Now knowing what you've done through this journey as a franchise owner, and or what advice would you give someone that is looking at this opportunity and franchise offering?
Turning back the clock, Blaine, I wouldn't have done anything different. You know, I love the industry. I just love being outside. I love dealing with people. I love being able to talk to people and help people. So I wouldn't do anything different than that, like turning back the clock. I'm not too sure on the advice. Like I said, I think you do have to love dealing with people and being willing to help them.
I think that's the key right there.
I think it's the key too. I mean,
help them.
I like talking to people. So there's times when I just have no problem talking to somebody, even if they're not happy. You know,
and of course, the environmentally friendly, pet family friendly approach is a distinct difference in the value proposition that when you're helping them that they really like, especially in that Leesburg, Virginia area, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Darrin, I want to thank you for joining us today. And we wish you many more years of prosperity and success. And it sounds like you got many family members that will keep the business going in the future for many decades and thriving. So I want to thank you for joining us on NaturaLawn of America Franchise Spotlight.
Appreciate you having us on, Blaine. Thank you very much. You have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you, Darrin.